Good evening. I hope you're doing well. We all have those memories, the ones that make us cringe when we recall them, the memories that just never seem to weigh less on us, no matter how much time has passed. Almost as if the very thought of something that happened, something we did, a stupid mistake we made, or even something horrible we thought, possibly years ago, still keeps us held captive in that exact moment. These secret mistakes, secrets lost in time or not so lost in time, secrets actually that created a core memory in our minds that is still so vivid that we can walk into that space and visit any time we would like, even though we never really want to visit. Secrets so personal and so embarrassing that the idea of someone ever finding out makes us just want to run away forever. If it feels like I'm talking to you right now, I'd like to stop and reiterate that I am saying we, not you. This is an important distinction to make right now in this video because these horribly embarrassing secret mistakes so often have us feeling alone in our experiences of them. The fact is, however, we all have these secret mistakes. There's not a single one of us that doesn't. I had a girlfriend immediately after high school when I turned 18 that was on and off for about a year. She was the last relationship I was in before I met the love of my life, my wife. Her and I were on and off, frankly, because we had a toxic ass relationship. We had extremely high ups, but also extremely low downs. Now, I want to say that this wasn't her fault, and it wasn't my fault either. It really just came down to the two of us, our personality types, and the relationship that was created from that. It just wasn't a good relationship. It just wasn't meant to be. We weren't compatible for a long-term relationship, but we didn't really know it in the moment. We kept trying to force it to work, but inevitably the lows would come about once every 2 weeks, and we would fight, and it would be bad. But when I think about the lows in my current relationship, my marriage, I can't even comprehend having issues every 2 weeks. That is completely crazy to me. Of course, now I have a strong relationship that's built on life experiences, true love, maturity. But even when I first met my wife, it was never anything like this. We were just so compatible with each other from the beginning. And that is a real thing. Compatibility is so important for long-term relationships, possibly the most important. Anyway, my point is this relationship inevitably finally ended in a giant blow-up fight. There were insults thrown back and forth. There were doors slammed, and truthfully, there were things said by myself that I cannot even believe I would say to a person, let alone someone who I was, at the time, claiming to be in love with. Before her and after her, I have never in my life been with someone that made me as mad as she did during these lows. Thank God we finally ended things, because really we both just got tired of the roller coaster, the ups, the downs, and now I know that we are both better for it. We did meet up again a couple of months after the relationship ended. We were both actually able to apologize, and we both forgave each other. The reason I'm telling you this story is because there are things I did and things I said in those moments, things I thought, things I wished for, that honestly still disgust me now, nearly 14 years later. This period of time in my life is still so vivid for me. Those things I said, those things I thought, those things I wished for, are as if I said them, thought them, or wished for them yesterday. I could rationalize it away by saying things to myself like, you were just young. You didn't know how to have a healthy relationship yet. That was so long ago, it doesn't matter now. But I've refused to do that. I've refused to do that because I believe that if you live enough life will eventually reveal things about your character by putting you in situations that become character defining for that situation. What I mean is, I can be a horrible person who says horrible things, thinks horrible thoughts, and wishes horrible things if I am put into the right or wrong situation. Of course, I have learned and grown since then, and I know that if I was in that exact situation again today, I wouldn't show those same horrible character traits. I know that I would just be more kind. But I am sure that there is a specific situation or circumstance that still, even now, would bring those same traits out in me. I have a completely different life now than I did back then. My priorities are different. The way I communicate is different. And anyone who knows me now, or knows my wife and I, or has seen the relationship that we have built together, would be so confused and probably think of me differently in a negative way if I told them about this past relationship. So I keep it to myself. It lives only in my memories and my ex's, of course, whatever she still remembers about it. Anyway, self-forgiveness for these secret mistakes doesn't look like you think it should. Self-forgiveness doesn't mean that you forget about the secret mistake or that it doesn't still suck to think about. Forgiveness in this situation doesn't mean letting go. If you have secret mistakes that still haunt you, that's okay. Truly honest self-forgiveness really means accepting that you screwed up and actually letting yourself suffer with those memories. Part of experiencing what it is to be a human being is letting life and situations teach you new things about yourself. Good things and bad things. The amazing things that you're capable of. The terrible things that you're capable of. Use your quote-unquote secret mistake haunting as a character trait cue. Say to yourself, hey, I did that really stupid thing when I was in that situation, and I would prefer not to act that way or do that thing again. It's really nothing but an uncomfortable memory that you can use as a tool to improve yourself moving forward. And if you are making positive improvements from that, you'll actually find that you stop remembering it so often. It stops haunting you so much. Time and personal improvement will help you remember it less, but will not make it less uncomfortable to remember when you do. And that's okay. You shouldn't be comfortable remembering something you did that was not okay. But, and this is really important, there is a point where continuing to beat yourself up becomes pointless and even bad for you. It's like if you were overweight, realizing that and even beating yourself up for it a little at first could be good. It could help you get to the gym, start exercising, and get into better shape. But if after you start taking steps to do something about it, you keep beating yourself up, it could have the complete opposite effect. It could discourage you, stop you from continuing with positive improvement. So whenever you do occasionally remember that secret mistake again, remind yourself that you are making improvements and that you're different now, and it will bug you less and less over time. You don't forgive yourself by forgetting. You forgive yourself by becoming someone who would never make that mistake again.